Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think my mind has ever been so blown by a plant. This is just something else. This really is something else. Oh, it's a weird and wonderful Hoya. I don't even have the words right now. So as you can see, I have spontaneously dyed my hair, and in the short time of my being a blonde so far, I can categorically say that yes, we do have more fun, because look at the size of this box that has just shown up. It is literally almost as big as me. So I haven't actually imported plants for almost 2 years, but the last time I did, I used the same company, Aroid Market, and oh my goodness, I got some of the most amazing plants that I've ever seen in my life. So I am super excited to find out what is in the box. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name's Claire, and this is Yoli. I make videos all about houseplant care, sharing tips and tricks I've learned over the years to help keep your plants happy and healthy. So I'm gonna get into the box in this video, show you what I've got. I've got some mystery plants in there that I don't even know about. So we're gonna take a look at them, talk a little bit about acclimating, importing in general, all that sort of stuff. So yes, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. I actually cannot get over the size of this box. It is ginormous. And as I say, I have used Aroid Market to import plants before. I had a really positive experience last time. I got some plants such as my Hoya undulata reds, my Hoya latifolia sarawak, which is the plant that I potentially talk the most about on my channel. I got some really amazing things, and they were pretty big and well established, and they were in a box half the size. So I'm just a little bit intrigued. I was going to say slash scared. I'm not scared. I'm ridiculously excited to get into this box. But yeah, so Aroid Market, as I say, I've had a really good experience with them previously when I've ordered, and they did actually reach out to me this time and ask if they could send me some plants, which is very kind of them. So thank you, Aroid Market. But I obviously, also I don't know how to get into this. I obviously said yes, and they let me pick a couple of plants, and then they've picked some mystery plants for me as well. So I can't wait to see what's in here. As I say, the couple that I do know about have been wishlist plants of mine for, I cannot even count how long. So I just can't wait to see them. And I'm hoping that they're going to be okay, because I think these ones have probably been in transit for about a week and a half in total. And although we're not in like the depths of winter here in the UK, the temperature is starting to drop quite a lot. So I'm hoping that they're going to be all right. They look, from what I can see so far, they look very well packaged. So I'm hoping they will all be in good condition. Okay, I'm in the box. How do I show you? So this is what it's looking like. I can't really see much at the moment, just lots of packing fill. So I'm just gonna grab what I see first and hope that I've got some lovely things. I'm sure I have. Okay, so, oh, interesting. Okay, so it says, luckily it says the names of the plants on the bit of paper. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this says Hoya undulata splash. And I already said about my Hoya undulata reds at the beginning of this video. And this looks incredibly similar to my Hoya undulata red. Oh my goodness, in fact, it looks almost exactly the same. And this is a plant, so weirdly, I feel a bit emotional, but this is a plant that I absolutely loved so much. And when I moved here, things just started to go very wrong with that plant, and I felt so sad, but I did end up chopping the whole thing up. I gave some sections away, and I have got one leaf left of that plant, and it just isn't going well for me. And I've kind of pined after the plant, but I haven't seen anywhere in the UK that's selling it. I don't know if this is exactly the same. It looks the same, but it just looks a little bit splashier. But oh my goodness, I don't know if this is a massive coincidence, or I don't know if Aroid Market have potentially seen my videos where I've been sad about the fact that I don't have this plant anymore. But this is literally, this has just made my day. Made my day. This has made me so happy because, as I say, it's a plant that I loved so much and I just thought that I'd lost. So yeah, I could not be happier about that. And just look at the back of its leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm so excited to have this plant back. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I should probably look at the roots. I just want to get in there and get through all of them, but I'm going to look at the roots as I go just to kind of give you a bit of an idea. As I say, I'm in the UK and I think, so I got my shipping notification saying that they'd been shipped about 2 weeks ago, I think. I'll put the exact date on the screen. So I've just unwrapped them from the cling film and the moss in there is quite compact, but it does feel damp still, a little bit damp. So I'm just gonna carefully take it out. But yeah, so nowadays in the UK, I know this will probably vary with different countries, but when you import plants from places like Indonesia, which is where I imported these ones from, you do need to have an import permit, and it is really, really easy to obtain. You just do it on the Gov website, and so nowadays it's known as a peach/IPAFS thing that you need. And it's just the case of going on there and just filling out this form saying what you're importing. And okay, so those are the roots. Yeah, so you just say what you're importing, and if you don't have all of the details of like weights and package sizes and stuff, I wouldn't worry. I just guessed mine, and I did that last time as well, and everything still got here okay. So I think it's just like showing that your name is attached to an import permit. I think, please don't take anything I'm saying as gold here, but that's what I have found in my personal experience with importing. But yeah, okay, so the roots are looking really good. They are a little bit dry, but nowhere near as dry as roots have been in the times that I've imported like bare rooted plants before. So I think that's really hopeful. I will probably go ahead and put this one into either sphagnum moss or lechuzapon, because that's what I'm doing. I mean, sphagnum moss often just to kind of acclimate the plant and get it started. Lechuzapon, I am growing a lot of Hoya in at the moment, and my Hoyas are loving it. So that's the only reason I say that. But these roots are looking fantastic. As I say, way better than I was expecting them to. So yeah, oh, I'm so happy with that one. Yay, okay, right, that is plant number one. I think I'm right in saying there are 7 or 8 in here, so I've got a lot to get through. Oh, and this is another Hoya. So this is another one, so I don't know anything about this, but this one says Hoya glabra sp sumatera. That's what it says on it. And as I say, I got some weird and wonderful Hoyas the last time. Oh, it's a weird and wonderful Hoya. The last time I ordered from here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my Hoya latifolia Sarawak, if you don't know which one I'm talking about, I will put a clip on the screen because that's the one that I rave about all the time. This one is very, very similar from what I can see structure-wise, but it's potentially weirder. So, it in fact looks very latifoliary. So the leaves down the bottom look like that. And the ones up here look very similar to, in fact, they look very similar almost to like the macrophylla. And then it's got this little tendril here, and these leaves do sadly look a little bit floppy. But to be honest, what I'll probably do is trim this tendril back and then hope that it'll push out more growth points. And it's also weirdly rooted. Oh, hang on, is this 2 cuttings? Because I was going to say, weirdly, it's almost rooted in 2 places. It's got roots coming out there that aren't wrapped, and then it's got these ones. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to take it out and have a look. But yeah, glabra sumatera, I think that's what it said. I need to, like with a lot of these plants, I think that I don't know a lot about, I need to go away and do quite a lot of my own research and find out about them. But if any of you know anything about these plants, or if you've got them yourself, drop me a comment down below. Let me know anything that's worked well, that hasn't worked, anything that you've discovered about these plants. But yeah, this is awesome. This does, as I say, remind me so much of my Latifolia Sarawak. Again, I can still feel that there's some moisture in the moss, even though it's not ridiculously moist. So hopefully the roots will be in a similar condition to the other one. Okay, so it's got a fairly small root system. That's what the roots look like. And as you can see, it has got some metal that's been wound around it. And I guess that's kind of like a little trellis for the plant. I think I definitely will get this plant onto a trellis because it is looking like it would like that. I think it would just encourage that growth to kind of size up quite a lot as well. But it's gorgeous, it's absolutely gorgeous. I never want to say that I know a plant or I think a plant's predictable after certain ones that I've owned, such as the Sarawak. Like that one has the most bizarre growth structure and has done the weirdest things for me in the time that I've owned it. So I don't want to say that this one's going to be similar because it could be completely different, but I am very, very excited to find out. A bit similarly to the last one as well, I think I will probably do either sphagnum moss or semi-hydro, some sort of semi-hydro for this one, because again, the roots look really hydrated. Might be a couple that need a little trim here and there, but on the whole, they look in really good condition. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Oh, how exciting. Oh my goodness. Okay, where to go next? Okay, this one, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to, oh, it's another Hoya. Okay, you know what? Let's have a Hoya break. I can see a philodendron here. Let's have a look at the philodendron. Oh my goodness. And this is one that I did not choose for myself, but it is, I don't think I chose this for myself. No, I don't think I did. But it is a wish list plant of mine. It's a variegated Philodendron Burl Marks. And it says mint variegated, which I'm guessing means the variegation on it isn't going to be quite as aurea-like, quite as yellow. Oh my god, the size of these leaves. Oh my goodness, this is just beautiful. How perfect does that look? Honestly, like, I know there's a lot to be said for the time of year that you import. Like, I would never personally recommend importing in the middle of winter. But these are like, so far these are in absolutely perfect condition. These could have come from the shop down the road and I'd be happy. Like sometimes when you import plants, I've had it before, they've turned up and like loads of leaves have kind of been hanging off and they've looked a bit battered and beaten up, or like you'll be like, oh well, I've got to chop all the leaves off this one, but maybe I'll be able to get it to give me some growth again at some point. And I know obviously things can change as plants adjust. Like if this one loses a few leaves, I wouldn't be overly surprised, just because it's not quite as hardy and robust as the Hoyas. But it looks fantastic. Like look at the balance of variegation on those leaves. Isn't that beautiful? That's just gorgeous. And I can already see some amazing roots coming through the sphagnum moss, but I will just take a closer look as well. And I know that some people grow the bell marks on a moss pole, but equally when I've had non-variegated bell marks in the past, I have just let it kind of grow like a bush. So I'm not sure with this one. What would you guys recommend? Any of you that have got the plant, like, do you think it would work better on a moss pole? Do you think it needs to be on a moss pole? I know there's some types of philodendron that are more, I was going to say self-heading, more just kind of bushy in their structure that actually don't particularly benefit from climbing. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of them. Oh my god, again, these are perfect roots. So perfect. They're hydrated, they look plump, they look full, they look healthy. And as I say, like, it might be weird that I'm shocked, but if you've watched other import videos that I've done in the past, you will see the reason why I'm so shocked about this, because I've just had not bad experiences importing, but I think just like normal experiences importing. And this today is like another level. Because yeah, that's beautiful. So again, like typically sometimes I say like, oh, I wouldn't put these roots straight into water because they might be inclined to rot. I think this would be totally fine going straight into water because, as I say, there's no dryness. I can't actually see any bits that I would even need to prune back. So I'm I think probably sphagnum moss for a couple of days just to allow them to kind of rehydrate a little bit and acclimate. In fact, maybe even putting it back into the moss that it came in and rehydrating that a little bit. But then I would have thought it would probably be ready for potting up. Also, I was going to say, I've given these plants a little check as I go. I can't see any pests on them. Obviously, I will be very vigilantly monitoring them for the next couple of weeks. But again, touch wood, I haven't encountered pests, I don't think, with any plants that I've imported from Aroid Market before. Okay. Oh, okay, I can see the two. Oh my God, the two that I ordered, and they look way bigger than I thought they were going to be. Like way bigger. Okay, let's do one of them now and then let's go on to, because there's others in here as well. Then we can go on to other plants that they've chosen for me. But this one, oh my God, the weight of it. This has been a wishlist plant of mine for ages. I've mentioned it in videos before. It is an Anthurium radicans, and it says mature size on there. Oh, I'm excited to open it. I said at the beginning, like, I always feel a little bit scared, you know, like with the anticipation of something is just like too much and you're so excited and you just want to do it, but also you're like, oh, that's how I feel about this whole experience. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think my mind has ever been so blown by a plant. When they say mature size, this one has got inflorescences on it. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. Oh my God. Obviously it's all been pushed very much upright in shipping, but look at that. And look at those huge inflorescences just there. I can actually see some pollen on one of them, so I will 100% be collecting that, and I might be able to try and cross-pollinate some of my existing anthuriums. But oh my God, that is just beautiful. I thought this would be like the quarter of the size of what this actually is. This is the most amazing anthurium, and I've wanted this for, I think since I first made like a wish list video on YouTube, I have wanted this plant and I've just never got it. I've never been able to find somewhere that has a price that I think is acceptable, that has a plant that, I don't know, a plant that I think, I was going to say has good genes, a plant that I just think would be the right plant for me. I've never seen one and gone, oh yeah, that's my plant. So yeah, this is like my plant on steroids. This is crazy. And I can also see, I will take a look at the main roots, but I can see it's got loads of aerial roots coming down the main stem just there. So I think potting this in like quite a tall tower pot would probably be the best thing to do. Or I know some of you have been saying recently, and this is something that I used to do all the time for my clarinerviums, and I don't know why I've stopped doing it, because I have had more anthurium struggles this year, so I should really just be doing it in general. but actually taking sphagnum moss and wrapping it round that area there so that they can root into it. Because they are epiphytic plants, that essentially mimics what they would be doing in nature and just kind of provides them better conditions to be able to grow. So I think, yeah, I don't have a tower pot this tall. I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Oh my God, the more I unwrap it, the more I'm loving it. The texture of those leaves. Oh my goodness. Wow. So there are some roots here, like towards the end of some of these roots, you can see they've snapped and they've, I wouldn't even say rotted, just kind of died back a bit. So I will definitely be giving this one a little root prune. Root pruning, I've said before as well, can also help to encourage growth in your plants. So never, like, unless you're taking off the whole root system, which I would not recommend unless it's like an emergency of some sort, like a root rot situation. But taking the roots back a little bit can often just help your plant to kind of boost their growth a bit. So I'm not going to worry about taking a few of these off. But again, on the whole, I think this looks fantastic. I think this looks absolutely amazing. And I think I'll probably be getting this one into semi-hydro. I would say probably semi-hydro in a tower pot to about there, just because I think that's what it's going to take up. And then I'll probably wrap sphagnum moss and wrap it round the plant there. And what I'll probably do, because as I say, all of these imports, as I'm going through and looking at them, all of them seem fantastic now. But whenever you import plants, sometimes there is like a transitional phase when they acclimate to your new space, meaning that issues might not start to show for a few days or like a week or two. In fact, when I imported from, was it Aroid Market? Was it Green Spaces ID? It was a couple of years ago, I think. When I did an import before, I had a couple of alocasias that looked absolutely fine, and then a few days later they started to rot, and I hadn't realised when I first got them because they'd looked fine. So what I will do is I'll do an updates video on these plants in maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks or something, and I'll let you know. Oh my God, another Hoya! I will let you know how they're getting on. But this one is a Hoya Stenaoki SP Papua. I'm not sure if that's right. Ooh. Okay, so this is a Hoya. I don't think I'm familiar with this Hoya. And I mean, it's lovely. It looks very healthy. And it's just kind of like, I mean, at least the section I've got here is just very solid green and shiny and robust looking. And I mean, I love Hoyas for that reason. I think they're just the most brilliant plants. They are just so, I mean, robust is, I know I've just used it, but the perfect word to describe them. Like, they can kind of take on anything. And they can be knocked about a bit, and typically they're just fine. So I don't usually worry that much when, like, even when I import Hoyas, just because they do tend to take it quite well. And yeah, this one's a little bit similar to the, from looking at the leaves I've got here, a little bit similar to the Hoya dasyantha. Ooh, I just knocked a leaf off. But yeah, a little bit similar to the Hoya dasyantha that I got for my birthday. And again, that was one that, God, so many nice people. That was another one that the seller included that as an extra cutting for me. And I think these are gorgeous. To be honest, I don't know if this is a Hoya that I would have chosen for myself. I'm just being totally honest. I'm not saying that I don't think it's beautiful. I'm just saying that it is, like, my preference at the moment tends to be towards slightly more kind of unusual things. And when I say unusual, I definitely don't mean like rarer or less common. I just mean things that are a little bit funky and weird, kind of like the undulata red down there that I showed you first. And like, as I say, this is a beautiful Hoya, and I know that I will love watching it grow. And whenever I form form a relationship with a plant, I always grow to love it more and more. And as soon as I start watching it grow and all of that sort of stuff, I always enjoy the plant more. But yeah, just looking at it off the bat, it kind of looks like something you might find growing in your garden here in the UK, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah, I will let you know. You never know, it might be one of these plants that completely surprises me, and it might do something weird and wonderful, and it might make me fall in love with it. Ooh! Oh, I have noticed something fun, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera because I can only barely see it now, but it's got teeny tiny hairs all over the leaf. I doubt you'll be able to see. It's not like ridiculously fuzzy and furry. Just kind of like a little bit human. But yeah, so it doesn't have the greatest roots. Some of the roots did fall away in the moss, so I think I'll probably pop this back into some fresh sphagnum moss, and I would have thought it would root again absolutely fine. Hoyas, as I say, are very robust, and typically, I mean, even if I was to kind of take a cut there, I think I could still get it to root. But yeah, it's got a little bit of damage on this leaf just here, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. It doesn't scream pests to me, and it almost looks like it could, not saying definitely, but could be fungal. And if it is, I'm just hoping that hasn't spread to the rest of the plant. So yeah, I'll probably take that leaf off, and I'll just monitor the rest of the plant very carefully. I might do a little baking soda treatment on the rest of the plant just to be on the safe side. Yeah, it might be absolutely nothing, but it is just something I'm going to keep an eye on. And that being said, I am just going to go wash my hands before I look at the rest of the plants. Fabulous. Okay, so how many have I got? I've got 3 left. I'm gonna do, so I've got one more Hoya, a Rhaphidophora, that's exciting, and then the one that I chose for myself, and I think I'm gonna end with the one that I chose for myself because it's such a special plant, and you'll see why when I show you it. But I'm gonna do the Rhaphidophora. So this, I know what this is, and this is beautiful. This isn't one I chose for myself, but I've seen it before and it's absolutely stunning. So this is a Rhaphidophora puberula, puberula variegated. I'm actually not sure I've seen the variegated version of this, but if it's what I'm thinking of, it's stunning. Okay, so this one hasn't travelled particularly well, as you can see. I don't think much the foliage on this one is going to be savable, which is such a shame. But to be honest, I would have been completely shocked if I'd made it through this whole unboxing without at least one having something that wasn't perfect about it. So yeah, there are just certain types of plant that don't travel as well as others. But the good thing is with this one, as you can see from the stem, it's got some really good nodes and aerial roots. So I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably chop this one up and I'll put some sections of it into my prop box. I'll just have a little look at the main root system, because what I might do as well is just remove some of the lower foliage, pot it up, and then I would have thought it would probably kind of kick into action again from the lower nodes. But yeah, I mean, my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is a fairly hardy Rhaphidophora, I would say, but this one's obviously a little bit more sensitive. I feel like my tetrasperma would travel quite well, but again, because mine is a true Rhaphidophora and not a tissue culture plant, which a lot of people have got, mine might be a little bit different to some other people's, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think it does. But yes, it's got very good roots. They're a little bit dry at the moment, but not overly dry. And I think if I so what I'll probably do is I'll probably take a cutting about there. This bottom section, I'll put this in water and hope that some new growth points come from here. And then these top This top section here I'll probably put into my propagation box. And yeah, I'll let you know. I'm confident I can save this plant. Yeah, I have no worries at all about that, so I will keep you updated with it. This one might not be one that has much to come back to in a couple of weeks, but in a month or two, I would hope I'll have some exciting updates. So yeah, that's what it's looking like for now, but I will let you know. And then, so penultimate plant is yet another Hoya. So this is a Hoya SP Aceh splash. Is that how we pronounce it? I'm not sure. But this is one that I'm not familiar with, so another one that I'm excited about. Ooh. Oh, this is lovely. So this one's got quite pronounced veination. It's almost a little bit similar to the Callistophila in some ways, if you look at the veins. But that's really, really gorgeous. That is 100% something that I would choose for myself. I think it's lovely. Oh, and it's got some little new leaves coming just up there as well, which is very exciting. So yeah, I'm guessing, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm guessing the roots of this one will be fine just because all of the other Hoyas so far have been great. God, it's so lovely to have some beautiful new Hoyas. I haven't got any new Hoyas in a while. I went through a phase where I just could not stop buying them. And I was buying Hoya cuttings on Etsy like every other day, which was not good for space saving or my bank account. But I haven't got any for quite a while, so this is lovely. And oh my God, does it have good roots? Aren't they insane? So yeah, again, no worries currently about this plant. I think it should acclimate absolutely fine. Yeah, so the final one is the one that I have probably been the most excited for. And it looks so big. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be nearly this big. But those of you that have been here on my channel for a couple of years, I don't know if anyone from a couple of years ago is still watching. If you are, say hello down below. It'd be lovely to know who you are. But a couple of years ago, I got a Anthurium vichi, and it was my pride and joy plant. I spoke about it in so many of my videos, and I just loved it. And I was not as good back then at judging the balance between overwatering and underwatering in certain types of plants, Anthuriums definitely being one. And at one point or another, I must have just given it a little bit too much, and almost overnight, the main chunk rotted and I lost the plants. And back then, that was a plant that I'd won in a cutting on eBay, and I wasn't in the position financially to be able to buy another one for myself. They were so expensive back then, and they're still not the cheapest plants in the world, but back then you'd kind of be looking at like, I think about £300 or £400 for like a little plant, whereas now I'm pretty confident you can get little plants for under kind of 50, 60 quid, which is still expensive, but nowhere near as bad as it was. But this one looks like an absolute beast. Oh my God. I mean, its root ball alone. Oh.
Begonia.
It goes all the way up. It goes all the way up. I thought it finished there. That's why I've been unpacking it at this end of the box. Oh my God. I'm feeling a little emotional today, and I feel like this plant might make me cry. Oh my goodness. It's got an inflorescence as well. Oh my God. Okay, one of my dreams has been to cross-pollinate the Anthurium vichi. I was so hoping to be able to do it a few years ago with my original vichi plant, and obviously that never happened. I've got a radicans here in inflorescence. I've got a vichi here. I don't think I could cross those two. I don't think that would be possible, but I could attempt some hybridization. I can't, like, I'm not even in yet, and this is blowing my mind. They've wrapped up individual leaves. Oh my goodness. I don't even have the words right now. How amazing is that? Look at those leaves. This might actually be the happiest I have ever been receiving a plant. I cannot believe how beautiful this one is. Like, that leaf there, just look. The light's going in this room and it's not the best time to be showing you it, but oh my goodness, that is just amazing. I feel so lucky. I feel so lucky to own all of these plants, but I feel so lucky with this plant. I mean, my little one years ago was, I treasured it so much, and this is just something else. This really is something else. This is just blowing my mind. So yeah, I think it goes without saying, Aroid Market, thank you so much for these plants. Honestly, I am thrilled with them. I'm so happy with them, and I'm so grateful for them. And I can't wait to now keep you updated with all of them, and I can't wait to show you the journey of these plants and what happens to them. Please, please, please make sure they all survive. And hope that, yeah, I can grow them big and healthy and beautiful, and these could be the start of some really like cool new planty adventures, like cross-pollination. Look at that inflorescence just there. Look at it. It's got pollen on it. This is so exciting. Yeah, I'm absolutely lost for words, gobsmacked, and I just am, yeah, so happy. I'm so happy. So yeah, I will do an updates video in, as I say, a couple of weeks. Oh, you know what? I've got so lost in my Anthurium vichi. I haven't even looked at the roots. That's fun. Let's look at the roots. But yes, as I say, I will do an updates video on these plants in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know what's worked. I'll let you know what hasn't. I'll let you know what decisions I've made in regards to like what potting mediums I'm going to put them in. I hope there's not going to be any major drama, but as I've already said in this video, sometimes you just can't tell. Like, sometimes a plant will look absolutely fine and fantastic, and it will then start going downhill just after you've got it. I found that, I mean, I know I've already mentioned alocasias once in this video. Piper as well as a genus can be awful for this. Like, it can look gorgeous and healthy. When it's been packaged, it's almost like it's been pressed, and then in the coming days it will just go ugh and look awful. So I'm hoping that none of these are gonna do that, but yeah, I will absolutely let you know. And these roots look phenomenal. God, I'm just going to be sat staring at this vichi all night tonight. Ross has just moved in, and we were going to have a nice evening and watch a movie, but I think I'm just going to have to go spend some time with my plants. Sorry, Ross. My God, this is literally all root. I can see some sphagnum moss in here, but it's majority root. Yeah, these roots are phenomenal. Aren't they the healthiest, fullest roots you've ever seen? I know it's weird that I just smelt them. They just smelt really good. Oh my God. So, with my beautiful vichi here, I think I might pop it into distilled water just for, I don't know, just for 12 hours until tomorrow. And then what I think I'll probably do, similar to the radicans, is pot it in semi-hydro. Oh my god, the length of these roots as well. And then what I'll probably do is just wrap some moss around the top here. That feels like the right decision. But oh my god, yeah, I'm actually in love. And this is potentially the best unboxing I've ever done in my life of anything. So yeah, as I've already said, thank you, Aroid Market. And yeah, I'm so happy. And I will keep you updated with the plants. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you did enjoy it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.
Stay sexy, plant lovers.